Welcome, everyone, to this edition of Talented Universe. Today is one of our big 3 days. This is our first of 3 podcasts today, and we are so excited. But let me introduce our co-host today. Marcia, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. The first week in December, well, second week now, technically.
It's second now, yes.
Heading toward 2026. Thank you.
Liz, how are you hanging in today?
Hanging in, a little bit of rocking and rolling, so I'm kind of keeping my eye out for tsunamis and other things that might be hitting a lot of my friends and family down along the coast, because I guess there was like a 7-pointer, like 35 miles underground this morning. So.
Oh, I hadn't heard that yet. Oh,
yeah.
Not very good. Well, I get the privilege of introducing our guest today, JC Ann. JC, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me. I'm so excited.
We're so happy you said yes. We really are. Yeah. Now, I'm going to take away some of the questions that probably my co-hosts are going to ask you, but that's just what I do. When you started Verticals, and after you did the first one, and your friends wanted to know, or family wanted to know what you did, and you said you were in a vertical drama, microdrama, whatever they happened to be calling it at the time, and they gave you a funny look or said, "What in the world are you talking about?" How did you explain it to them?
That's actually a really great way of phrasing that question. Because that's pretty much exactly how it goes down for everyone. It's always like, well, what? What'd you do? Huh? Mm-hmm. I did my first one back in 2023. At the end of 2023, and then did my first lead January of 2024. So my first couple
pretty quick.
Yeah, very quick. My first couple of ones that I was just, supporting role on, I kind of just told my family and friends like, oh, I'm just, I have a couple lines on a thing. And
a thing.
Yeah,
okay.
They didn't really, dig in too much, like, oh, good, you're getting started with the acting stuff. Great. Mm-hmm. They didn't really question it. And then when I booked my first lead in January of 24, that's when they were like, okay, so, they're invested, like, oh, lead, like, well, so what is it? What's your character? How do I watch it? What's going on? And I still didn't have the right words to describe what it was. Yeah. I was searching. So my best explanation, and still today, the explanation I use to someone who has absolutely no idea what the space is if you were to take Lifetime and Hallmark movies and put them in the TikTok format, that's how I would describe our space. They're soap opera, they're dramatic, they're fun, they're not meant to be taken extremely seriously, and you scroll through them vertically, like TikTok. So that's the explanation I give.
That's a good one.
Talk out a baby.
And we do have someone in the chat room that just wants to say hi, and I'm going to throw it up. Wanda Brewer says, hi, JC. I'm so happy to see JC. She's my favorite vertical actress and singer.
Oh, that's so nice. That is such a sweet comment. Thank you, Wanda.
Okay, and she also asked, what would you tell your younger self? Any topics. If you could had the power to tell your younger self something right now, what would it be?
Well, Wanda, let me ask you, what age? Because it definitely would change, If
I was okay, Wanda, I think you're still there. So what age do you want her to talk back to?
Yeah, because I would definitely say something different to teenage JC than I would
than young JC.
Very young JC. Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully she'll throw that up in a second. And because I just want to say, we all just before you came on with us, we were all talking about your music.
Oh,
it is wonderful, and that's all I'm going to say because I know the other two are going to have some stuff. But she says a teenage JC.
Oh, okay, teenage JC. Okay,
yes.
Honestly, and I've given this thought, I would say stop being so scared of life and just do the things that you're interested in, and stop hanging out with those losers.
Ooh, okay.
Stop hanging out with those losers. Get out of I was hanging out with the wrong crowd when I was in high school. I thought I was like so cool, or like I wanted to be cool. So I was like not doing the things I was interested in.
You were doing what the cool people you thought would.
I was doing what I thought was cool, which ended up being super not cool. So that's what I would say. I'd say like stop being so scared of life. Just go try out for the thing, join that club, go to the school plays and dances and games. Like go be more involved. Is what I would tell her.
And now this is the last one I'm going to post up for right now. Then I'm going to go over to one of my co-hosts. Wanda's really getting personal here. So here we go. And she wants to know, what was it like working with the one and only Casey Esser? And we've had Casey. Casey was actually one of our first guests.
Yeah, he was
on Talented Universe for Verticals. So
I actually have a funny story about Casey. And this might be the first public debut of this story.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
We like that.
Talented Universe special exclusive.
Oh yeah, we need to post some. Well, never mind.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So my first ever time working with Casey was in 2024, and I was doing a supporting role. I was, the antagonist of this. It was also my first time working with Kira. So shout out Kira. I met Kira and Casey on the same film. And something was up with my call time where like they sent the call sheet out and I was on time, but I guess they like messed up or they were ahead of schedule. Like one of the two happened. So when I got there, instead of having like ample time for hair and makeup and getting ready and all that stuff, they were like, oh, we need JC like next scene. So I'm like rushing to like get ready. And, they're basically holding for me. Although I wasn't late or anything, they come in, they're doing blocking. So Kira and Casey and the little boy that we were working with at the time, they're doing blocking and stuff. And they just like kept running blocking while they're rushing me through hair and makeup and wardrobe and stuff. And so this very first scene that I have is me and Casey, our characters are together, but not really. Like my character is the antagonist. And so she's like, claiming she's still with this guy, but really she's not. And she's just kind of a bitch, to be honest. And so the whole scene is, Casey's character comes in and my character comes in to meet him, but he doesn't know that I'm coming. And as soon as I see Kira's character come in and I realize, oh, he's with another girl, my character's whole thing is I'm going to plant a kiss on him and show Kira's character that, this is my guy. But he's not expecting it. So we go through blocking and I get onto set and I've never met these people, Kira and Casey. And the scene has a kiss in it because that's what's scripted and that's what's a part of the show and that's blocking. So they come in and they're like, okay, blocking rehearsal, go. JC, you come in, you're going to hit this mark. You deliver the kiss, you deliver your lines. And then, Kira and him have their side conversation. JC walks off and like, okay, action on blocking. And I'm like, okay, wait, hold on. I've never met these people. Can I like hi? I'm
say
JC.
Hi. Yeah.
You right now, like that's. It was like, it was just such a silly like rushed thing that I'm like, wait, if it was any other scene, I'd be fine just going straight into it. But let me like check in and make sure like we're all comfortable with this because there's like the tiniest bit of intimacy in here, and so it was just really funny because in lieu of like vertical, fast-paced stuff, I come in and like, wait, hold on, pause, slow down for 2 seconds. Hi, I'm JC. It's nice to meet you. Is it okay if I kiss you and touch your arm? And hi, Kira. It's nice to meet you. I'm JC. Okay. Yes. Great. Good. Okay. Now let's go for it. Let's go for blocking rehearsal. So that's my meeting story.
That is absolutely great. Now,
yeah,
you said that was your first lead.
No. So my first lead.
That was not your first. Okay. Because I was going to ask a silly question, but
yeah,
I was going to ask if that was your first lead, were you even prepared for this craziness right at the beginning?
Oh my gosh, no. And what's so
anyway,
my first lead as well, the one that was back in January. I don't know when I did this one with Casey and Kira. I think it was like summertime of 24. But
okay.
The first lead was January of 24. And my first scene on my first day of my first lead role, and mind you, like I had 2 acting gigs prior in my entire life ever. And they were like the months prior. And they were also verticals. So this is like my first real anything, to be honest, with acting. And my first scene on my first day was the wedding scene.
Wow.
So, I showed up to set and like, hi, nice to meet everyone. Okay, I have to get married today. And have to sell love and a big kiss and like all this stuff. And I'm like, great, I'm ready. I wasn't ready. But,
That
but
is
hey,
crazy.
it's really
I
cool.
am torn. I'm going to let you decide, JC. Who would you like to go next to be under interrogating you?
Marsha, why don't you give it a go? You seem to be having a good time.
All right. Yeah, I'm having a good time listening to your stories and your adventures. And I was fascinated that you said one of your first acting gigs was actually in a vertical.
Yes. Yeah, so
That,
I think that some people know this. I don't know if everyone knows this. Like, I don't come from the acting world or the theater world or the arts world. I have a degree in environmental science. I'm a STEM kid. I just took up acting end of 2023 as a way to like meet friends and just meet people. I was going through a big breakup at the time, and I was trying to kind of get back into life. And I was like, well, how can I like meet friends and just meet people and try new things? And I just decided to take an acting class, and I did not take it seriously. And then I booked a couple roles, like small talking pieces in, I didn't even know what they were, in verticals. I booked like 2 antagonist roles in the end of 2023. It was like, I think one was in November and one was in October and November. And then I booked my first lead January, still not
wow,
knowing what all of this was.
that is amazingly
Yeah.
fast. So I have to thank whoever you broke up with because now we get
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
we get you in our space now. So
Yeah.
thank you. Uh, I did want to talk about what I think was one of your first leads was Deadly Divas.
Yep, that's the one. January 2024 one that we've been talking about.
That was, and it's kind of different from many of the verticals because you start off in a really tough place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hannah, yeah.
I still think to this day that one is ahead of its time. I
Yeah.
think that when people think of verticals, they think of romance and they think
Mhm.
of betrayal and they think of, 2 people falling in love by whatever means. But Deadly Divas is really about the friendship and camaraderie of 2 female leads.
Yes.
It's a revenge plot of 2
Mhm.
women taking back what was taken from them. And yes, there's romance in it, but it's really a side plot. I mean, to this day, I haven't seen anything like Deadly Divas ever made, ever.
And I almost had to go back and check. Well, I actually did go back and check the date because I thought this sounds like something that is forward thinking.
Yes.
And I said, is this the correct date? Because of what you said. And I was really happy to look at that because you're plotting together and you're helping each other, and it was fun to see that. And did you do your own stunts and things like that?
Oh
Was
yeah.
that?
Oh
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah. So my roommate, Taylor, who starred in that with me,
Yes.
now my roommate, Taylor Danehauer, she helped coordinate all of the stunts. We did not have a stunt coordinator. We did have someone on set who had like stunt training and did help out, but Taylor's a dancer. She has a dance background. She's been dancing since she was 3 years old professionally. She's extremely talented. She knows choreography. You can throw something at her and she can learn it in 5 minutes and like kill it. She's so good. So when we needed to do a fight scene, she choreographed the whole thing. She's like, well, the camera people and director was like, okay, we need to, this is what the scene calls for. We need to have you guys here. Then we need to have you guys on the floor. And the reason for that is because this guy's going to go take that piece of paper over there, and you guys aren't supposed to see this interaction. That's the whole point of the scene. So the fighting happens to show that you guys are bickering whilst this guy is like stealing something over here.
Mhm.
And the blocking needs to go like from here to here. Taylor took that and ran. She's like, okay, we're going to start here and you're going to hit me and I'm going to do this and then I'm going to trip you and that's going to get us to the floor. And, she really like choreographed the whole thing and it looked so good. And I wish that you guys were able to see the whole thing because it's kind of cut to get that little paper piece,
Mhm.
shoved
Yeah.
in so that
Yes.
everyone get the plot really. But we had this incredible fight scene. Like to to date, it's probably the best fight choreo I've done, thanks to Taylor.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when yeah, that piece, and then moving to pops is probably a more traditional type of vertical, was Bad Boys Tutor, which was, I think, one of your newer
Yes.
ones.
Yeah, that's
When we've had a bunch of those actors on our show, Ben Armstrong, Tess, and Danny Farber, and you play a not nice character.
No,
No.
she's awful. She's my favorite villain that I've played so far. And she feels like she's earned her anger at the world, and it feels really calculated, and she had the best outfits. She was
Yeah,
so
she did, didn't
every
she?
time I got dressed up, they put me in my wardrobe and stuff. I walk out, I'm like, oh, I look so cute. Look at me, like showing up to high school in heels, like full 4-inch heels in high school, like because that makes sense,
Perfect.
Yeah. No, but she was calculated.
Mhm.
She was Cruella, and I loved it. It was so much fun.
Well, I'm going to go ahead to Liz, and I'll come back later. Thank
Well,
you.
thank you for actually doing me, because my question I have, I was going to do a different question first, but this one I have kind of falls in with what we were talking about with Deadly Divas. Two things. One, I agree with Marcia 100,000%. There was such a different feel to this,
Yeah.
especially with your two female characters. However, I did want to ask, I really kind of felt there was a special chemistry going on between you, and the whole aspect of doing things with Tyler. Could we or possibly see a part two with maybe you two winding up together?
This is so funny. This is like one of my like most requested things in my DMs is a Deadly Divas part 2 where Taylor and I end up together. And we have fought for this. We have talked to the production team. We've brought our comments and DMs like, look, people want this. Like, let's make this. Let's do this.
Yeah.
But there's something on the back end that basically, and I think this is public knowledge, so I don't think I'm saying anything I'm not allowed to say here, but originally the show was on one platform and now it's on like 3 other platforms, so
Yeah.
it got sold basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that has anything to do with like the rights to the IP, because it wasn't adapted from a Chinese script. It was actually written here in the US.
Correct.
So I think that there's something to do with where it ended up, and someone else owns the rights now. So unless like that person or entity decides to make a second one, I don't think we can, to my knowledge.
Oh, okay.
And
That makes sense.
That
Yeah,
was
it depends
Yeah.
on the contracts
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
that's
does.
all alleged. That's all alleged. That's my understanding of what's going on.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the powers that be will all get together on all the different platforms to see how high the ratings are. The audience wanting something, which a lot of these shows will go with what the audience wants with their algorithms, with how high it is. So maybe one day we will see a part 2.
Yeah,
And-
fingers crossed. If you guys want
Yeah,
a part
exactly.
2, just ask for it. Just put it out there, say it publicly that you want a part 2, and someone will be like, there's interest, there's money here, let's do it. But until then, I think we're kind of like, it's in the hands of the vertical gods.
Exactly. And also, you were talking about the choreography and stuff with the fight scenes. This fight scene reminded me so much. It was a throwback to the 80s, and there was a really big nighttime soap called Dynasty in the 80s. And the 2 main female leads were constantly at each other. And there's one main fight scene where they're going at each other, wrestling and everything, and they wind up getting thrown into a fountain. But your fight
That was
scene,
wonderful.
oh, I know, it was probably one of the best cinematic things in TV at the time. But that fight scene that you had reminded me so much of that. How did you put your mindset into doing it? I know you choreography did stunt, but how did you actually put your mindset into doing it?
It's just like I put my mindset into anything else when it comes to acting. I just try my best to think from the character's perspective, her point of view, her thoughts, and what's really happening right in front of me. Why is this person coming at me? Why am I deciding to retaliate back against them. Like, what's going on internally and in the script that justifies these actions. So it's really the same way I get into anything else with acting.
Okay. And kind of a throwback to you, we kind of discussed off air that, you're pretty much the local girl to me as far as, being around the Bay Area and being born and raised. But, okay, did you have, because I know it was the East Bay with you, did you have a typical country girl life, or were you trying to sneak off into the city the whole time and do more of the city girl stuff?
Oh, that's so funny. This goes back to our conversation earlier about me being a bad kid sometimes. I definitely, so I grew up in Pleasanton, California for the first part of my life, and then I moved to Brentwood, California. And Brentwood has an interesting feel because it's like the most east of the East Bay, and it's like half a farm town. So it's like the suburbs, it's like, some nice houses and a nice school, and then a patch of corn. So it felt but then you're only like 40 minutes outside of San Francisco. So it's an interesting dynamic, and you're in the heart of Silicon Valley still. So it's like, it feels like a farm town in some aspects, and then it also feels like just another Silicon Valley like tech town in some aspects. But I definitely was not like the farm girl. I definitely was escaping to the city all the time, constantly finding a way to like, borrow someone's car, my parents' car, get in someone else's friend group car, and we're going to go to San Francisco, we're going to go to Berkeley or Oakland, like always escaping Brentwood was my MO.
Get me out of Brentwood type of thing.
Yeah, it was just get me out of Brentwood. I don't want to be here.
Yep. Part of me almost was wondering if you're drawn to the city life more because of your grandmother. And I know you have a very interesting backstory with your grandmother.
Oh, you guys did your
Please share
research.
it.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So my grandmother, Dottie's son, this is my dad's mother, by the way. She was a dancer in Forbidden City, Chinatown in San Francisco. So Forbidden City was the name of a nightclub, and it was in the heart of Chinatown in San Francisco. And this was back in the 40s. And she had like, this whole nightclub was a Chinese nightclub, and all the girls had their own kind of thing or their own skit, but they all danced and sang, and it was like burlesque-esque, but it wasn't like raunchy. Presidents came here, and like and famous people came here and wined and dined and watched the dancers. And my grandma had like the funny bit, like she was the funny girl. So she had like this bit where she would make her hand into a snake and interact with it like this, and it would like try to get her. And there was people that would like dance on spinning plates and singers. And there has since been like documentaries and books written about this place and her, which is so exciting. But yeah, I kind of attribute my creative gene to her, because there really isn't, everyone else in my family went into STEM or went into something else. She's the only one who was like a performer on stage. So I kind of attribute that part of me to her, which is very special.
I can definitely see a little bit of that coming through with different things. Besides being a dancer and all, was she a singer at any point, or?
Apparently, no.
No. Okay. Sometimes that you do have kind of that crossover between that particular time of performing and some singing. So I was wondering, so I could loop into your singing with it. Maybe that possibly was where you're pulling it from. But besides being an actress, you are also an incredible artist regarding music and other things. And actually, we were all discussing you before you actually joined us. And your voice is phenomenal. You have that voice and that talent to take it much, much farther. And I do hope to see more of that coming through, especially, and I don't care if you have to write it, if I have to write it, I want to see a vertical with you in it that is actually the lead singing with you doing your own music. I mean, I believe it was Secret Heiress that was spoiled by two rock stars. You were in it, but you didn't sing.
Yes.
And that irritated me.
You and me both, Liz. You and me both. Great questions all around. Yeah, that's so funny that you say that. It's because my part was like a managerial part. So I wasn't the boys were the rock stars and I was the manager girl taking care of them. But yeah, I would like that too. I know a few writers and I'm going to pitch them this idea because it's been brought up in like every interview that I've had in the past couple of months. It's like, when are you going to do a musical vertical? When are you going to sing in a vertical? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, should I write it? Like, I've never written anything, but maybe I could write this. But yes, we want the same things. I'm on the same page as you, Liz.
Well, that's absolutely wonderful. You're pretty new to the whole musical industry yourself, as far as singing and writing and putting stuff out. And I was just wondering, how did that come about?
Kind of the same way that acting came about, in a sense, a little bit. Acting came out of like a need and a desire to try something new and to make friends and to meet people, that then turned into kind of a career. Music came about through journaling, and it's really an interesting story, actually. I don't have like a musical background at all, like I told you guys, but it really came from one day I was in the shower. This is maybe a very personal, intimate story, but another Talented Universe exclusive. One day I was in the shower and I was singing along to whatever was playing on my Spotify at the time. And I was also going through a lot of stuff, and I had just done a bunch of journaling and I was going through that. And the music kind of faded out and I was just kind of still humming along. And then I just started singing my journal entry kind of out loud. Like I was kind of talking to myself sort of. And I just kind of was like, oh, like this kind of rhymes. I could make a song. And I had never before thought I should make music. And I just was standing there. I was like, I could make a song. I should make a song. And I was like, where is this coming from? I don't make songs. I'm like, I've never even written a song before. I'm like, and I got out of the shower and I turned on, I went on YouTube and I typed in a type beat, which is basically like music that has no lyrics to it. And I just sang whatever came out. And from that day forward, I was like, I'm going to make a song. I don't know what got into me. I just had this like, some God complex came over me and was like, yeah, I'm going to make like, I'm just going to like make music now. And then a few months later, I was playing volleyball with my friends, and my friend Connor asked me like, hey, what do you do out here in LA? We had just met like a few volleyballs ago. And I'm like, I'm an actor, but I'm also interested in music. And I had never said that before, that, I would like to do music. I had just kind of made the decision, like, I'll make a song sometime, someday, whenever. And then that conversation came up and I said, well, yeah, I'm an actor, but I'm also interested in making music sometime eventually in the future. And he goes, well, I'm a producer and I just moved out here and I don't have any clients. You want to come to the studio and have a hang and like no pressure? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Having never sang in front of people or into a microphone before. And I went to the studio and we really hit it off. And now Connor has produced all of my music that you see on Spotify.
That is absolutely amazing. And I do want to come back to the music here in a little bit, but I'm going to give it to Michael because I know we have people in the chat room.
Yeah, and I gave special permission for someone to come on live and ask you a question. I hope you don't mind.
Great. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because they begged me to come on. Not really, but they asked politely. And so here they are.
Oh my
Casey. I'm such a big fan of yours, and I just wanted to ask you, what can you tell us about some of your upcoming music?
Oh my goodness. What are you doing here? Don't you have work to do?
Mark Cutter, everybody.
This is my word.
This was his 11 a.m. meeting. He's joining my podcast.
Yes. Busy people make time.
My upcoming music. Well, I have an EP coming out next year, which is really exciting. And I have at least 5 new songs coming out next year. So that's what you guys get to know.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Very
See,
cool.
some people have knowledge that we don't have, so we have to bring them on.
I don't want to hijack, but I just want
Yeah, there are some industry secrets with this one. I think you guys should take them off before it gets too
Yeah.
Wanted to say
Real
hi.
quick, Mark.
I love you all.
Belated happy birthday, Mark.
Thank you.
Bye, Mark.
Bye.
baby. That was cute. Oh my goodness.
Actually, he answered the question that I was going to ask. The question I was going to actually ask next. But when I saw him in the chat room, and I didn't want to interrupt your flow, but that just flowed into it so
Yeah,
perfectly.
it did. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I don't see him in the chat room.
No.
No.
He was someplace else.
Great. That
Yes,
was-
I was chatting with him. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was hiding from you.
That's cute.
But Liz, go ahead. Did you have another one, or would you want to go to Marcia?
Actually, no. Like I said, Mark kind of took that from me, which is great. I absolutely loved it. But you can go ahead and either whatever we have people in the chat room or go to Marcia. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, let me see what's in the chat room before we go. I
yeah.
did have one. Let's see, so I've marked it. Tassia,
my favorite.
Yes, JC, my darling girl. And
Yes.
then they also say that they're forever talking to
Ideally about
more JC and Taylor.
Ideally is the original.
Of the original person who owned them. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when Mark came on, the Lovebirds.
Aw.
So,
I know.
yeah.
Yeah. I love
And-
you, Tassia. She's like my biggest fan.
And then Wanda said, yeah, can't wait to hear it. I agree with Wanda. Can't wait to hear your new songs.
I'm excited for you guys to hear them too. I've been working for the past 6 months on this thing, and I'm still
When
working.
have you had time?
Between sets. You know,
Oh
if
my
I'm on
goodness.
set for a week or a month or whatever, and then I have a week off, I'm in the studio that whole week.
Wow.
Like every day I'm not on set, I'm in the studio.
Mm.
Or I'm writing on my piano. Like I'm always finding time to make music.
Or you're doing a crazy podcast with us.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here just to take some time out to do that. I'll go ahead and go over to Marcia now. So.
Okay, JC, listening to you and how you let your life flow is very inspiring. You talked about your music, how you hadn't really intended to, but something spoke to you and you followed that. You followed into acting. You hadn't really. So I think about the stage too. Have you thought about doing stage work, theater at all?
Yeah, I have thought about it. I've thought about it a lot because a lot of the people that I admire in the space, like my roommate for one, I look up to her so much. She knows this. Taylor knows this. Come from theater or have a theater background.
Mhm.
And they attribute a lot of their skills to it. Like, I'll be in conversation with someone about film and TV and acting, like, well, in theater, da 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 da, or like, well, when you're on stage, you have to blah 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 blah, which really helps you prepare for X, Y, and Z. And so I've been getting since I started acting, really, I've been getting a lot of feedback from a lot of people of like, you have to do theater. You got to do it at least once. You got to say that you've done it. It's a different muscle. It's a different part of the creativeness that you have to exercise and practice in order to be good at these other things. And it's like, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense because it's very different than film and TV. I mean, if you mess up your lines, they're just going to do another take because they want the lines to be good, So if you mess up, they'll just get it right. So you have it's not unlimited tries, but there's a lot more flexibility when you're on set in front of a camera, but on the stage, you can't mess up.
Yeah, right.
I gotta go 2 hours, say all my lines,
Mhm.
Whereas on set with verticals, I can learn the lines for the next scene between setups. So I don't
Oh my goodness.
know
Yeah.
all of my lines for the whole day. I mean, I'm not memorizing 20 pages a day, you guys. I can't do it. But you know what? In theater, you have to. Sometimes
Right.
100 pages if you're doing, you know, a 3-hour long something, it's crazy. And they prepped for months. They have like 3 months of prep.
Yeah.
Whereas like with verticals, well, we're lucky if we have a week of prep. So it's just such a different beast, and it intrigues me, but it really scares me. Really.
Mhm. So I think you're probably going to do it. You'll
I
have to
hope
keep
so.
us, because
I hope so.
I can see you exercising that muscle, and the space is so much larger than vertical. You can,
Yeah.
you're out
No, it
here.
really is. Yeah.
What kind of roles have you thought about you being in on the stage? Have you thought about?
Oh, I haven't given it any thought, but I can
Mm.
imagine that I would obviously enjoy something that has to do with music. I would enjoy singing. So
Mm-hmm.
when I think of theater that I enjoy, like when I go see plays,
Yes.
I like musical plays.
Yes.
I like normal plays too, but I love musical plays. It feels like that's where they're meant to be. You know, musicals are meant to be on stage.
Yes.
So that it just feels right. So I
And
think
then,
that's what I'd probably go out for if I
and you
would.
get that instant feedback from the audience, whereas,
Yeah.
and that'll be that applause. It'll get you and lift you up and carry you away.
That's what they tell me. They say, you know, that you have kind of this crowd feed that happens that we don't experience on film sets because
Yeah.
you know, us and crew.
Mm-hmm. And I like to look at people's talents that they put down on their resumes and whatnot, and you have a lot of them.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
couple I'm going to ask you about. One of my favorite is impressions.
Oh, impressions. Yeah, I can do a few impressions. Yeah.
Impressions are really, really hard to do well, but just you can just have fun with it. So, who do you have fun with?
Oh my gosh. Who, you know, a good person to ask would be Taylor, because she could tell you, oh, JC's doing this person or that person or whatever. But, you know, I feel like I think that me and Mark were talking about Jennifer Coolidge yesterday, and I did Jennifer Coolidge impression.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I've been watching a lot of Harry Potter, so my Hermione has been coming out a lot. It's that time of year, you know, it's Harry Potter time.
Mhm.
100%.
So they kind of just flow out of you at times.
Yeah. Just how I'm feeling that day, you know?
What about your accents? Because I know you have a Cockney accent. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. My British accent is really primarily inspired by Hermione, because that's where I first heard a British accent.
Mhm.
And then the Cockney also comes from like that universe as well, but less posh.
Less posh,
Yeah,
yes,
less
indeed.
posh.
More My Fair Lady kind of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
My like Jersey or New York accent, I think it comes from The Wolf of Wall Street. I think it comes from Margot Robbie in The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh,
And I don't know
okay.
what we would call that, like Jersey or New York, or you know?
Yeah, it's in that.
Yeah,
I'm originally from New York, so that's that's that
yeah, that area, the East
kind of
Coast.
brash,
Yeah,
hard,
yeah.
smart
And
alecky
and
kind
then
of.
my Southern accent probably comes from, this is such a very niche thing, but Tree Trunks from Adventure Time. And I know that's not gonna make
Oh,
any sense to
Adventure Time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My kids did that. So when you said that,
Yes.
that clicked.
you.
Yes.
This
Adventure
little
Time.
elephant
Very
character.
good.
She's like an old elephant lady, and she liked to make pies, and she has like a little Southern accent, and like that's where I got that from. I don't know.
And continuing with the kind of real world stuff, I have become almost not obsessed, but I look at a lot of reality shows, competition shows. So
Hmm.
I kind of wonder if I've been looking at the Netflix, the Squid Game, the challenge, and there's so many types of reality shows, Survivor, cooking shows. If you had to be on one as a contestant,
Hmm. Hmm.
choose one.
Well, to be completely honest, I don't watch any reality TV,
Okay.
to be honest. But my aunt, she loves Survivor. So I think I would have to do Survivor just
her.
For her.
would I survive?
Probably not.
But would I do it for her? Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think that's I'm gonna lock in that answer. It would be
Okay.
really embarrassing.
The
It
phone
would,
call
answer,
is
good
coming
answer.
through now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
Jeff
well,
Prost is
we
calling you now.
have you on record saying on the Talented Universe podcast that you would do this, so now you have to.
Now you have to. There
I'm
you
like,
go.
damn it, Michael, this is all your fault. And
Just make sure you mention that in Survivor.
So, and I see it looks like you have a holiday mug there.
I do. This is my holiday mug. Isn't it cute?
Oh, I
It
love
is
It's
cute.
Yeah.
literally in storage all year long except for Christmas time.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. I saw that.
Well, that's really embarrassing. See, I wouldn't last on Survivor, not 1 minute.
So holiday time.
A little bit.
How are you? You're ready for holidays? What do you?
Yes. You know, I'm gonna be honest, this year I've been traveling so much and have had so much going on that I haven't really had much time to celebrate the holidays. Like usually I'd have a tree up, and I think this is probably the first year. Yeah, this is probably the first year in my life that I didn't put a tree up.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you got a wreath. At least you got that.
Yeah, well actually that's like a summery spring. It has like little lavender.
Oh, see, I can't tell. Okay. Oh.
Good. No,
Okay.
no, it's a holiday wreath. Yeah. No,
No. So I would say, yeah, it's a holiday.
Yeah, it lights up at night, and it sings jingle bells.
There you go.
Mhm.
Just put a red bow on it. It'll be fine.
You know what? That's actually a great idea. I have.
Yeah.
Red-
It is.
I'm gonna do that. Thanks, Michael. That will be my decoration this year.
I've still got Halloween stuff sitting under my piano right now. So I haven't gotten it all out yet.
Happens to the best of us.
Go ahead, take it, Michael.
No, I don't. Okay, we're talking about Halloween. Is that what we're talking about? No, we're not going to do that. Okay, now Aisha is going to say I'm not reading it first, so I'm probably going to be mad at myself. I must say, when I hear an American doing a British accent, she is from the UK.
Ooh.
I can always pick up a slight mistake in the syntax. We all make the same mistake when we do accents because they are not our natural way of talking.
Yes.
I would agree with that
Yeah.
because, but some people, it takes me a while when they're doing an American accent.
Mhm.
And they're from the UK. Sometimes it takes me a while to catch it. But
Isn't that interesting?
yeah,
Like,
but it is true. It is true. What you're used to, it comes through. And if you're not constantly thinking about it,
yeah. People that are from the UK do incredible American
yes,
accents,
they do.
but we don't see a lot of American actors doing British
No,
accents.
not too
Sure.
many.
Yeah, that's incredible. They're doing great over there.
Yeah, no, they are.
They're making
They
the
are.
best music. They have great actors.
Absolutely.
UK so creative.
Yeah, so let's see. You'll probably be on a reality show over there, you know. So you never know. Now, since you said that, so but you know, it's like, hey, everything is fun. Everything is fun. Okay, and this is she's asked this. Okay, I'll do this one.
Okay.
Wanda asks, out of the series you have done, which one is it? Do you think is
Maybe
Underrated.
underrated series you have done, which you probably like the best? You didn't think that they gave it enough attention. That's probably what she's probably trying to ask.
Well, if she's saying which series do I think is the most underrated, it would probably be Deadly Divas.
Yeah,
Because, you know, from my understanding, it didn't perform like the best. It didn't have, you know, it wasn't like a breaking the ice kind of impact on the vertical world because it's so ahead of its time.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's because it was ahead of its time. Now, if that had come out now, that might have been different.
It might have been different, but still, I haven't seen anything like it.
No, and I mean, well, I'm not going to get into the not politics, but the business side of this industry. We've talked about it with other people, and it's the metrics, and if the metrics don't work, they don't want to take a chance.
Yeah, if the numbers are there,
if they don't think the numbers are going to work, they don't want to take a chance.
which is fair. You know, you got to keep doing like what works and what makes you money, and until it stops working, they're going to keep doing it. And it's kind of like don't fix what ain't broke policy. You know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and here's something else from Aisha. I started laughing. America can blame Dick Van Dyke for the jokes about Americans doing British accents because of Mary Poppins.
Only you, Aisha.
I love Mary Poppins. Who doesn't love Mary Poppins?
I know, we all love Mary. It was just on TV the other day, but that's a whole other thing. I happened to pass by it when I was on
TV. You guys still watch those things?
Yeah, isn't that sad?
Oh,
I'm just
Ooh, ouch! That hurt.
yeah, she burned us bad.
Well,
Hey,
she did.
I
Don't
watched
worry.
Twilight for the first time ever last night, if that makes anyone feel better.
Okay.
I've never seen it before. And my roommate was like, "What? You've never seen Twilight? We have to watch it." We got a group of people together and I love it. I'm ready to watch the third movie. We watched 2 last night. I'm like,
But you did a double header last night.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And if it wasn't 1 a.m., I would have watched the third one.
And then
Okay,
then you
Steve?
would have come in and gone, "Hi guys,
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm in
Tired
kind
to
of a
dog.
Twilight zone right now."
Yeah.
Team Jake.
You know what?
or Team
We were
Edward.
watching Twilight movies and we were like, wait, this is just a vertical. The first movie is like
Yeah.
Yes,
such a vertical.
yes.
I-
It's just horizontal though.
It's a horizontal vertical.
Mhm,
I'm like, no wonder people love verticals because
mhm.
Twilight and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially with the vampires and the werewolves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Literally. Werewolves.
Mhm. So that's the fun part. Okay, Liz, I will go over to you.
Okay, one quick question regarding that. Team Jacob or Team Edward?
Well, because I'm only on movie 2 and I haven't
Mhm.
seen 3, 4, or 5 or however many there are.
You
I'm
don't
Team
need to. You're Team Edward. Like I said, you don't need to watch them all to immediately
team-
know what
Your
side
team,
you
what?
fall
I didn't
on.
hear what you said.
I'm Team Edward.
Edward.
Is
Okay.
it-
Mhm.
She likes the twinkly vampires.
Yeah. I just couldn't hear. She said it, and then I didn't hear any sound, so that was why I was. I don't know. So I just want to make sure if other people couldn't hear the sound, then that they made sure that she said Edward. So
Team Edward. Team Edward.
Alrighty. Kind of going along that theme for a little bit, you're also a pretty big gamer as well. Just
Yes.
video games and different things.
Oh my gosh, Liz, you just did all the research, didn't you?
Thank you. Do you think you use that as part of your decompression downtime between projects if you just have a few minutes to refocus?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What's your favorite game?
Okay. I don't game as much as I used to because of 2 reasons. 1, I don't have as much time anymore. And 2, I've been feeling really guilty when I've been gaming lately because I just feel like it's not a productive use of my time. And as a freelancer and as someone who like, if I don't put in the work, I don't get the work,
Right.
type of thing. It's like, I feel really guilty when I do downtime activities that aren't productive. Like I even feel like watching TV and movies are more productive now than gaming because I'm doing research, so I can justify that a little bit more. And I think
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at that, but that is the exact excuse that I give for watching all these verticals.
good.
doing
Yes,
research,
because
I'm
you
doing
guys are doing vertical podcasts. You have to watch them.
And my husband will sit there and he'll shake his head. Oh, yeah, right. You're doing it for research.
I'll tell him so, Liz. Don't worry.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's how my relationship with gaming has changed a lot. But I do have times where they're like, no negotiation, definitely gaming times, which is in the airport waiting for a plane, on the plane. And if I travel for a vertical, if I travel for work, in the hotel room downtime, I can't, there's no piano in the hotel room, so I
Yeah.
can't make music. Like I have plenty of time to game. So it's great. But yeah, I used to sink hours, days, weeks of my life into games, and it was not healthy. So it's good that I have this very cautious relationship with gaming now.
Very good.
Okay. Yeah, you do kind of have that short little quick burst where you can kind of refresh your mind and reset yourself. I do have a question though. We have had multiple co-stars of yours on the show, including Luca Petro, and he was in Taming My Champion.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to ask, the outfit that you were in, that yellow leather outfit, one, it was absolutely amazing. But when you're dressed in it, does that help you get more into focus with your character?
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure. I think that all of the outfits help us feel like we're in character. All of the hair and makeup, the outfits, the props, they all help us feel, if my character is meant to feel like super confident and sexy, and she's in like drab, loose fitting clothing, no hair and makeup, she's not going to feel as sexy as if she was in, something, you know what I mean? It's kind of like how we all feel, if I want to go out, paint the town with my girlfriends and we want to have a good night, we want to like feel confident, look good, we're going to spend an hour in the bathroom getting ready together. So it's all a part of it. There are things that help get into character, and I would say that those aren't the main things, but they definitely help. Yeah.
Okay, and probably my last question for you would be, of all the stuff that you've done, what is either your absolute favorite memory that you are so happy to see, or the worst nightmare that you pray never winds up on the light of day?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to answer the first question.
Save this.
Just out of respect for the, production companies and platforms and stuff, we're going to leave that one in the bag. But my favorite memory is, or my favorite outcome is Taylor, my roommate. So if it weren't for Verticals and if it weren't for Deadly Divas, I wouldn't have the incredible best friend that I have that lives with me today. And I couldn't be more grateful for this universe bringing us together, and honestly bringing me to all of the people that I know and love today. Because when I came to LA, I didn't know anyone. So I came here to act, and I didn't know anyone. And this community kind of welcomed me with open arms. And so that's the best thing to come out of this, for sure.
Oh, I think that's probably the sweetest answer to any of those questions I've ever heard. That is absolutely wonderful. And on that note, I'm going to give it to Michael here in a second, but thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you,
show.
Liz.
We
Thank
really
you.
appreciate
Thanks
it.
for doing your research. I love that. No one ever asks me about my grandma or anything. That's great.
So,
We
all right,
like,
Michael.
we like trying to do a little bit deeper. And just so we can go even further into your past and use our famous Wayback Machine, maybe?
Oh, no.
Maybe. I don't know. It might not be, though. It might not be. But Marsha, I'm going to hit you up, see if you've got anything in the Wayback Machine for JC today.
Well, I'm thinking that this may be in your Wayback Machine. I saw that you hula hoop. And I think it's kind of a lost art, and I'm so glad to see that. So how's your hula hooping?
I don't know why I'm good at hula hooping. I'm like half decent at a lot of sports, and for someone that played zero sports growing up, I don't know where it comes from, but I like hula hooping. It's really fun. Mark took me on a date, and there was a hula hoop, and we hula hooped, and I beat him by a long shot.
Well, I think that was brave of him to
Maybe I'm oversharing with that. Maybe he's gonna be like, "Damn it, JC, why did you say that?" But
we need to see that on a Vertical. We need to see a hula hoop
I
competition.
See, let's bring hula hoops to Verticals. That should be our call to action for this podcast. Bring hula hooping to Verticals.
And I just wanted to touch on a project that I saw that you were part of, the Tailor of Sin City.
Oh yeah.
What an interesting story.
Mm-hmm.
It sucked me in completely. Was it as interesting to you as?
Yeah, so there have been few horizontal things that I have been on, and that is one of them. And it is a docu-series. It's a documentary history recreation. They call it a like a recreation of something that happened
in real life.
In real life. Mm-hmm. And they use actors to make the scenes feel real. So it's like actors make the scenes feel real, interspersed with the actual people that they're interviewing, so that it's not just a talk through interview documentary, but that there are scenes that are recreated. And I was one of the actors in those scenes. And first of all, the set was incredible. I had so much fun. We got to go on this beautiful 1950s yacht and film on this yacht, which was incredible. The story itself was just crazy, and it happened to be it had a lot to do with Vegas, which I had just moved from Vegas. So it was an interesting thing for me. I'm like, okay, I just moved to LA to pursue acting full time, and I'm acting about something in Vegas that I just moved from. Like, that's interesting.
Wow.
You know? Yeah, but it was a great story. If anyone's interested and is interested in the history of the cartel and Pablo Escobar, it tells that story from the perspective of the tailor that tailored his suits. So
very
it
interesting.
takes that story from a completely new lens, and it's really interesting.
Yeah. But yes, I echo Liz. Thank you so much for spending time with us. It has flown by like a jet airplane.
It really has flown by. You guys are so much fun.
And happy holidays to you.
Yeah, happy holidays. And I'd like to thank 2 people that gave us a like on Facebook. Sadly, we cannot see the likes till after the show on YouTube, but thank you, Roger Noriega and Aisha, who was in the chat room. We appreciate her questions and her schooling us on British accents, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes, thank you, Tassia and Wanda, for all of your questions as well.
Absolutely.
And thanks for your
camera. And I didn't get to all of them, and I wanted to ask one of Wanda's questions to you off air, so please stick with us for a few minutes.
Okay, I will.
I didn't want to post that because I didn't want you to give an answer on live for that. But those that are want to know, what does it mean he's got 3 podcasts a day? Well, just so you know, starting at 4 p.m., which is about an hour from now Eastern time, 1 p.m. Pacific, we have Eric Fellows on. And then at 6 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, we have Marvin Edmonds on with us. So we're very happy that we have one of our 3-fers today. So that is really exciting. So everyone out there in the chat room, if I couldn't get to your questions, I am sorry, but we were short on time, and we would love to have you come back again on one of our. See everybody. Talk to you later.
Guys, thanks for having me. Happy holidays.
Bye.